Okay, here we go. Nice one coming up now for you to watch. Put your hands together, please, and welcome the Good Citizens Dog Scheme. Fabulous display coming up now, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Mr. Mark Collis, who's going to talk you through. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Girls and boys, welcome to a short demonstration of the Kennel Club's Good Citizen Dog Scheme, the largest dog training program in the country, with over 500,000 dogs having passed through the scheme via 1,800 dog training clubs. We're going to show you some of the exercises from the scheme now this morning, and we're going to take you right back to the beginning, back to the Puppy Foundation and the Bronze Ward, where it all starts. Right, and we're going to start looking at the puppies. They're in the purple t-shirts. And we're going to start over here with puppy socialization. Because our puppies don't come already socialized, we have to teach them these skills. So here we're looking at our instructor here, looking at the dogs, teaching them how to be sociable. So we've got lots of play going on. It's a great way of bonding with your puppy is play. And then we gradually start progressing it to meeting people. And here we see one of the dogs meeting other dogs. We're getting them ready for that bronze level, but that's our socialization. Here in the middle, we've got the dog getting used to being put to bed. So we started off in the crate, our young puppy put in the crate. It's not a punishment, it's a safe place for the dog to be. And here we see our dog very happy to be in the crate. And then moving across, we've got the dog walking over different surfaces. Now that may sound a bit strange to you folks, but of course when the puppy's born, it's used to sawdust or straw or newspaper or something when it's in its litter. But once you take your dog home, it's going to be experiencing different surfaces that are very strange. We've got carpets, we've got rugs, we've got lino, and then of course you're going to be taking the dog eventually out onto grass and maybe tarmac and things like that. So we need to get our puppies used to walking on different surfaces. These are all everyday things that we do with our dogs. We're going to look at the bronze dogs now. They're in the blue shirts. And we're starting with the return to handler. As a good citizen dog owner, we want the dog that's going to come back to us when we take it to the park. So here we see the dogs looking at different ways of returning to the handler. We've got the dog playing with its ball, and then the handler recalls the dog and back we come to mum. And this gets progressed over a longer period and over longer distances. So that's the return to handler. Very important part of being a dog owner and life. Here we're looking at going through a door and gate. Again, it seems like a simple thing for you and I, but we have to teach our dogs to be well-mannered when they're going through a door or gate. This could be your garden gate, it could be your front door, or even the door on your car. And what we want to see is a well-mannered dog, not pulling at the lead, focused on the handler, who's going to ensure they stay safe as they come through the gate and enjoy their walk afterwards. Again, everyday scenes. And then finally, on the far side of the arena, our bronze dogs are doing the stay. Sounds a simple thing to do, tell the dog to stay, but we have to build them up to this. At the bronze level, we expect our handlers to be able to leave their dogs in a stay position for a minute and to be about 5 paces away. But of course, when we begin, it's much closer and a much shorter distance. And the dogs can be left in any position. So we see 2 here left in the sit and 1 left in the down position. And this will go on for a minute. It's something to do in real life when we want our dogs to be under control. We don't want them to be a nuisance. It could be visitors to the home. It could be some danger lurking ahead of them. So it's a way of controlling our dogs and over a distance. Well done, folks. Now, we've seen what we do with our puppies and our bronze dogs in a training scenario, but we're now going to take that out onto the street and apply it on a main road. Okay, well here we see a road scene with a dog travelling in the car, and unfortunately the handlers had an accident. But because the dog wasn't restrained, the dog's gone flying through the windscreen out onto the road, probably hurting itself, I would have thought, but it could have also hurt anybody within the car. So with the Good Citizen Dog Scheme, we teach correct road travel, vehicle travel with our dogs, because we want our dogs to be safe. And while they're doing that, we see our bronze dogs practicing the road walk, walking at different paces, following the code. So here we are, crossing the road, looking left, looking right. Can't believe it, 2 accidents within a minute. But on this occasion, we see the dogs being carried correctly. They've been put into a crate in the back of the car, so they might be a bit shaken up by the jolt, but they will stay safe. Other methods may include a dog harness which clips into the seat belt, but at least this way everybody stays safe. Well done, folks.
With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Let's go fly a kite up to...
Well, here we see a typical park scene. Lots of dogs attending the park, doing a number of different things. And we're going to experience lots of different things in the park as well. Parks aren't there just for dog owners, so we've got lots of picnickers, ramblers, children playing games. We've got a picnic going on in the corner by me here, so we're looking for well-mannered dogs that aren't going to go and spoil it. Fishermen often get annoyed by dogs because they run into their fishing tackle. We've got mum with the baby walking her dog. We don't want dogs jumping up onto the baby, do we? So this is where we apply lots of the skills that we have in the Good Citizen Dog Scheme. We've got some play going on in the corner, different types of play with our dogs. Somebody sitting down quietly with her dog reading a newspaper. She doesn't want to be disturbed by unruly dogs, does she? Lots of things happening all at once. But the main thing is we can apply all those things we learned from the Good Citizen Dog Scheme out in the park. And that way all the park users can enjoy the facilities together. Excellent demonstration of well-socialised and well-mannered dogs out in the park. Well done, folks.
Paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your
Right, our next example is what we call send the dog to bed. Now, sending the dog to bed, as I said about the crate earlier, is not a punishment. It's a safe place for the dog to go, safe for the dog and safe for you. We've turned it into a bit of a game today, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a race with 3 dogs running at the same time, with each dog going through to a final. Now, you can help me with this demonstration, folks, by clapping and cheering and shouting for the dog that you want to go to bed. And the winner in each heat will be the first dog to lay down properly on its bed. So let's have our teams ready. That's it. Let's place the beds out, please. Beds out. That throw me, there's 4 dogs doing it. Okay, handlers, I'll say ready, steady, go, and that's where we send the dogs. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, folks. Get ready to clap, cheer, and shout. Handlers, ready, steady, go. Oh, it's got to be your own bed. It's a win on the far side for the collie. Nothing for 2 in a bed in this game, I'm afraid. Right, we got 1 finalist. Next dog ready? Three again this time. Handlers, ready, steady, go. Oh, we've got a win again on the far side. That's the lucky lane. This dog wasn't too sure about how the bed was made. And this one just didn't want to go to bed. Right, that's 2 finalists. We should have 1 more heat. 1 more heat to go. Handlers, ready, steady, go. Oh, it's got to be a win on this side because the dogs settled. We did go in and then we stuck our head out. That's the naughty little child saying, I'm not ready for bed yet, Mum. Right, so this is our final, folks. I have to say the noise is really deafening, but don't worry, I'm deaf anyway. So clap and cheer and shout even louder if you want. This is the final. This is it, folks. Handlers. Excuse me. No, we can't allow that. No cheating. How's that for careful rehearsal? Right, handlers. Ready, steady, go. I think it was our dog on this side anyway. So keen to go to bed. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Send the dog to bed. Remember, it's not a punishment, it's a safe place for the dog. Now we're going to carry on with our theme of fun, because dog training should be about fun. And our next exercise is food manners. All throughout the Good Citizen Dog Scheme, we teach the dog food manners. We teach it how to take food gently, how to be fed properly, and then how to ignore human food when we're out in the park, and then eventually how to ignore all types of food when instructed to by the handler. So what we're going to have again is 3 teams. We're going to make it a race, and the handlers have got to go and weave around all these bowls, which I can assure you are filled up with lovely and tasty treats that dogs are going to enjoy. And the dog has to ignore the food. And while that happens, you see the dog at the far side with the mega bone. He's going to demonstrate how a well-socialised dog can have good food manners. He won't be worried about the other dogs that are close to his bone, and the other dogs won't be worried about him. So, handlers, are we all ready? Ready, steady, go. Okay, we're having a little look. Oh dear, yes, we're interested, aren't we? I think over here, if we could just slip that lead, we might be into a bowl of food, but very well done so far. Oh, our shepherd's going so quick, he's not interested in food. He's interested in beating Dad in a race. And the Labrador looking at every bowl. Right, I think it was a win to the far side again, but well done. A great example of food manners, how to avoid food. And we see right at the very end, easily taking the big bone away from the dog. He's not possessive at all. He's a well-socialised dog. I think give him a round of applause. That was fantastic. Just a sneaky little look in the bowl zone. I might be a socialised dog, Dad, but I'm not missing a trick. Now, we're going to show you 2 more exercises before we finish, folks. This is very spectacular now. The first exercise that we're going to show you is rejoining the handler with an emergency stop. Sometimes when we recall our dogs or send them away, we need to stop them urgently. There might be some kind of danger involved. Might be glass in their path and we don't want them to run through it. So we've got a dog in each corner and they're going to be our stop dogs. So handlers, command your dogs to stay and leave your dogs, please. And our 4 handlers are going to cross to the opposite side of the ring. In a minute, I'm going to ask them to recall their dogs and then stop them. And we're going to see if we can get all 4 dogs stopped under the big square in the centre of the arena. So there they are, back with a different dog. Handlers, recall your dogs. Stop the dog. Stop, stop, stop. And they all stopped. Big round of applause. Okay, well done, handlers. Wasn't quite in the middle, but the point of the exercise is to ensure that we can get the dog to stop on command. So very well done. Now we're going to show you a return to handler using all the dogs at the same time. So the handlers are going to leave their dogs, first of all, in a sit position. So handlers, command your dogs to stay. And now leave your dogs. So we're going to leave all the dogs sat on the opposite side of the ring. So it's going to be confusing for the dog. It's got dogs all around it. There's different people walking towards it. The owner's walking away. And on command, oh, we've got a creeper, it's a collie. Oh, recall your dogs. And we got one. I'm going to wait for all the fuss to die down, then I'm going to poodle back to mum. Well done. Give them a round of applause, folks. A couple of creepers there, but an excellent demonstration. And now we're going to do the same exercise again, but with the dog from the down. So all dogs left in the down position. Handlers, command your dogs. Handlers, leave your dogs. Fingers crossed for no... Oh, the Labrador's creeping, mum. He, I don't want to be left alone. Mummy, mummy, wait for me. Oh, you've started something. Handlers, recall your dogs. I love this. That's it. That is the sensible one, waiting for all the fuss to die down before he goes back. Well done, guys. Big round of applause for our team. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, that almost concludes our very short demonstration on the Kennel Club Safe and Sound scheme. No, it's not. It's the Kennel Club Good Citizen Dog scheme. If you'd like to know more about the scheme, we're in Hall 3 here at Crufts for the rest of the day. Now I'm going to leave you with the team for the finale. It's been my pleasure to bring to you the Kennel Club's Good Citizen Dog scheme. Thank you.
Give me a big round of applause, folks. It's the team from the Good Citizen Dog Scheme.